We used to go down to Littlehampton Baptist Church. And after a time, they said, well, why don't you start something in North Rustington? You need an evangelical church in North Rustington. So we said, well, that's great. But what we'd like to do is we'd like to do it slightly differently, because we'd like to do it on a family basis. And so we'd really like to live in community. So we thought, well, why don't we try and find a big house that we can live in? But that didn't work out. But what we felt was, well, let's all live in the roads nearby, and then we'll meet in the local hall. So we started with about 25, 30 people. Well, then it grew to about 50 or 60 people.
Do you remember when Kevin Prosh came as well?
Yes.
Because I remember being in here, and that was one of my first real experiences of meeting God in worship,
and
in
free
such
worship.
a free worship.
Yes.
It was absolutely amazing.
We packed out that little hall and we thought, well, what next?
We started like a really small event called Cutting Edge.
I remember you and Stu inviting me to be a part of that and help lead worship a little bit. Very first one was in Angmering. I don't know, how many people do you reckon? 70 or 80 people?
I think so. We thought we made it, didn't we?
Yeah,
really?
it was massive.
Yeah, it was massive.
We turned the lights down. All I remember was we just went for it. We just worshipped so passionately. It was very simple. We didn't really have any technology or screens it was pretty dodgy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We did it for every month for 5 years, didn't we?
Mm.
Every month it would grow and grow and grow, and God would be doing more and more stuff, and lives were being changed, and I think we realised we were part of something really special, weren't we?
So Arun Church meets here in the academy. And you've been part of that journey about meeting here as a church. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when I was in London, came down to do various things, including Cutting Edge in the old sports hall. Then sitting as a governor, recognising that the church was desperate to be involved somehow, but there was a few barriers there, and we were slowly as governors, come on, trust them, they're okay, and other churches getting involved as well. And then suddenly the new build, a new ethos, a Christian ethos behind the school, saying, yeah, what can we do together for the better of this community? So money was directed to make sure the sports hall could be used as a worship place, a place of celebration, of concert, of events, time together, as well as Sunday morning. And that partnership became a relationship that's still here today with you as a governor.
We have lots of community youth work going on. How is that different to other community youth work that's going on in this county?
The open access things that young people can go along to without any pressure, without having a particular need, but they can go and enjoy and be part of something. And that's exactly what we do as a church really, really well. We provide excellent opportunities for young people to bring their friends, whether it is a youth worship night or an event for young people to learn about Jesus, or actually just a general concert, or a place to come and be safe and play pool with their friends.
So as a church, Arun partners with Links. I love taking teams out places because it sounds like a cliche, but it genuinely is life-changing. When people go out and they see things and they are inspired by the communities that we connect with, more often than not they'll come back and they'll say, I've received way more than I could ever give. And so when we come together, there's this beautiful cross-pollination that happens where I have strengths that they don't have, they have strengths that I don't have, and together we're able to make a difference.
Yeah. So Tim, here we are at this beautiful place, Wiston House. This sometimes is absolutely full of people at Big Church Day Out. At the minute, there's nobody here, just us, but tell us the story about Big Church Day Out. How did that happen?
Well, I was introduced to the family who own the house here, and we kind of talked about a vision of seeing people come together, and we just invited people. It was really exciting the first year because, when you start off with something, you never know how many people are going to come. And the only thing that had ever been in these fields that we're sitting in right now were these sheep that are here for a few hundred years, where the family had looked after it, and so never seen people gather like that. So it was an amazing thing as we kind of put the word out there, and we kind of talked about a vision of what would it look like if maybe just one weekend in the year in the area that we live in, we just kind of lay down our stuff and we all just come together in a space, gather and worship together. And amazing enough, people turned up and it was incredible. And we had a really hot day. People got stuck in the traffic. Some people remember that, and we ran out of food and water, but God smiled, and it was a brilliant time.
So why do you think it's important that we do take the walls down of church and come outside?
Because people need to hear it. They need to hear the music, they need to hear the message of salvation, they need to hear about the gospel. You may not know God, but join in anyway. Just a fantastic way of saying, look, you're part of this. You're part that you live in this town. We're singing over Littlehampton today. You're here, you live here, come and join with us.
You know, the barriers have come down for those of faith wanting to come in and be good news in this community. And that's so wonderful, because that's answered prayer for years ago. And I know some of the older generation prayed for this school and this community for years, and they are now rightly sitting back and going, wow, look at the prayer we prayed, look at the miracle we're sitting in.
So our vision as a church, as you know, is to see lives transformed through Jesus. And our mission is to go and see people belong, believe and become. So we'll do that however we can, and we'll work with whichever partner agencies we can. So West Sussex County Council out of this building to provide children's services, and the Town Council to provide youth services. So it gives us an opportunity to talk about Jesus in a totally non-church context. But more than that, it gives us an opportunity to make a difference to people's lives, whether they come to faith or not.
We're really passionate about seeing the church awakened, not only to be able to do something about those issues by giving a check or by supporting projects, but actually we want to be able to say, you can roll your sleeves up, you can get your hands dirty, you can actually come out and you can be a part of forming this and be a part of transforming the world.